McAllister. Nunez! Golazo! 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 Darwin Nunez! Darwin Nunez! Goal! 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 You just got Darwin on your head tops! Darwin! 3 points! Let's go! Darwin Nunez with the winner! Golazo! 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 Oh my God! Darwin Nunez with the winner! Liverpool, 3 points on the board. Let's go! Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This Is Football. Welcome to another Premier League recap show. Ladies and gentlemen, you get me. There's a lot for us to recap today. There's a lot for us to talk about today. Liverpool with a late winner. My voice is still gone, like 6 hours and a nap and food later. My voice is still not fully recovered. You get me? I'm probably going to shout a bit more at the Chelsea fans today, so it's going to be even worse by the time I wake up tomorrow and Garnacho scores the winner at the Etihad, inshallah. So there's a lot for us to talk about. Tottenham Hotspur beating Crystal Palace by 3-1. You get me? Let's go. Spurs have now recovered in the top 4 race. I went from hating on Spurs to now no longer hating on Spurs because I can't have United in the top 4. You get me? Listen, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. It's just this is how life works. Anyway, let me introduce the panelists of today. I've got 2 panelists who they're here to give their neutral opinions. See how we give respect on this channel? We don't invite you just because your team played. See, this is football. There's a reason why this channel is named This Is Football. It's for everyone. Everyone is welcome. Except you frauds in the chat who have not yet liked the video. We have 300 people in here, you bunch of Chelsea forwards in the chat. Make sure we're at least at 150 likes, 200 likes to start the stream. Right here, right now. Slap that like button before we even get this party started. Speaking of getting the party started, this guy right here was visibly upset when Darwin Nunez scored the goal against Forest. We're in the title race. Come on, Sheffield. Joining us on the channel, of course, is the man, the myth, the legend. Man like Brandon is in the building. How are you doing, Brandon? Hello. You're on mute as well.
That celebration, Hussam. Just, yeah.
It pains you.
It had to be him as well. Had to be the Uruguayan Andy Carroll. Why? And I don't ever want to hear you, Hussam, or any other Liverpool fan complain about refereeing decisions ever again.
Oh, here we go.
Because Nottingham Forest should have had the ball back when Kanate went down with a head injury. They should have had the ball back. And of course, 1 minute 50 seconds later, Darwin Nunez scores the goal. And I'm a little worried, to be fair, because you man seem to be doing it with the kids. Kindergarten Klopp has got the kids doing it. And yeah, pulling out last minute winners is what title contending teams do. I'm praying that Man United don't be shit for just 1 week. Just 1 week.
Yes,
I don't want Man United to be shit. They've got to do something against City and do us a favour. Definitely.
Big up to you, Brandon. Speaking of Manchester, you get me? This guy tomorrow now has to beat his big City rivals at the Etihad and is here to give us his opinions, you get me, on there's no way someone has Kindergarten Klopp on YouTube. I love this app, man. You guys are just mad. Joining us on the channel, of course, is I actually used to call him Hamza of the North, but then I started calling Hamza Vator of England. So it kind of, I don't know which one, like, I don't know if Hamza is like Vator or Vator is like Hamza. I feel like Hamza copies Vator more than Vator copies Hamza, to be honest with you. I'm just kidding. Of course, the maple syrup merchant is here. Man, like Vator is in the building. How are you doing, Vator? You're on mute.
I'm good. Thanks for having me on, man. I see you, Brandon. I see you. You know what? That celebration, it speaks to it speaks to how important this title race is. I mean, there's a reason why you have all three of us, right? It's us three that are pursuing this. So that emotion is justified. Not to make it all about me, but I was screaming my head off when KDB came on and served on a plate Oscar Bob that winner against Newcastle. So I know you got to get these wins. So we'll talk about it. Thanks for having me on.
No worries. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us, Vator. Today, you get me. The guy that he wanted sold in the summer scores yet again. You get me. He gets exposed as per usual, just like Jan Vertonghen got exposed at the end of his Spurs career. He's here now to talk to us. You get me. He's a shorter version of Jan Vertonghen. You know, we're not heightists over here. We don't mind shorter people. It's fine. Jan Vertonghen from Wish has joined us to talk to us about Tottenham Hotspur's win. Man like Alan is the building. How are you doing, Alan, man?
That was a really shit intro, I'm not going to lie. But thanks for having me back. Look, you're such a twat. Thanks for having me back on. I appreciate it. Back with a team win rather than a loss last week. Ready to get into those Chelsea boys and talk about a certain manager that's nothing but a bottler. It's going to be fun. It's going
to be fun. Big up to you, Alan. Thank you for joining us. Jan, you got me taking time off from your very busy schedule with the Belgian national team. I appreciate you. Speaking of the frauds, you get me. The frauds are here, guys. The frauds are here. First of all, let me introduce the big fraud. He's here having Wi-Fi problems. He was literally on a stream like 5 minutes ago. You get me. Ben Chilwell has just left training and is joining us live on the stream. I can't wait. I dead ass. I'm waiting the most for the Chelsea section on this stream. Man like Andrew is in the building. How are you doing, Andrew?
I wasn't on that stream. I don't know why you're peddling lies on my bad name.
I never lie on people's names. I never do.
No, I wasn't on that stream. I've got a confession to make, Sam. I didn't watch my game. I watched the highlights. I was doing something better, so I didn't watch my game. So I watched the highlights, and I will say this:
you didn't miss
after hearing Hamza's appalling take on added on injury time on some streams today, I fully flipped and gone heel, and I want Liverpool to win this title now. I've gone heel.
What?
Yeah, I've gone heel. I've done it. I'm heel, man. I can't do this. I've gone heel. That's what it is.
Aesthetic talking about corruption is honestly like
and injury time stuff as well. It's just this. People. We'll get into it later. But people got under.
Yeah, we'll get into it because
injury time is.
Listen, we'll get into it later. We'll get into it. We still have one more guy to get on. You get me? So we're gonna get to our last guest before we do this. And there's an Arabic saying عندما تتحدث العاهرة عن الشرف. When a prostitute talks about honor. This is exactly Hamza talking about corruption. Subhanallah. You support Man City and you want to talk to me about corruption. Wallah, I have some shame. I can buy your you-know-what for 115 cents and you get me. Anyway. Joining us on the channel, last but not least, is a guy that claims he deadlifted 200 kilograms but forgot to video it for the entire world to see. Subhanallah. Didier Drogba is out of retirement, but he's here joining us on a stream. I've seen him. Listen, I worked with him on Casual FC. I actually think jokes aside, since it's his first time on This Is Football, I have to say he does know ball to an extent. Like, he knows ball. So for as much as you can for a Chelsea fan, to be fair. So like, he knows ball like 8 out of 10. Joining us on the channel, making his debut on This Is Football. Everyone W's in the chat for man like Ahmed. How are you doing, Ahmed?
Wow, what an intro. Firstly, thanks for, of course, having me on. And let's hopefully, I can tell you, what's wrong with Chelsea for once, you know what I mean? And get into your head, you know what I mean? But we'll see, hopefully.
Let's go. Big up to you, Ahmed. Big up, Ahmed, Surfer, Alan, Vator, and Brandon. What a panel today. Big up to Luke, who says, come on, you Gooners. I have to say, listen, I called out troops earlier on this week. I'm like, listen, we don't have to force this rivalry right here. Listen, I don't generally couldn't give one F about Arsenal as a rival club. Like, we're not rivals, so I'll read that out, no problem. Now, if you send the Chelsea version or the Spurs version, I mean, not the Spurs, sorry, the City version or the United version, then that's one I'm not reading out. Just saying. So before you super chat me, 4 letters for Man United fans, I'm not gonna read it out. Big up to BIG says it's annoying how Arsenal fans are judging Liverpool today, saying we're unsustainable because of today's performance, even though Gomez, DM, Bobby Clark, Connor Bradley, starting no Salah, Jota, Trent, Allison, etc. And that's where I want to start. I feel like for the first time ever, I actually want to start with Liverpool because Surfer knows this. He's been working with me the longest. I always leave Liverpool like as the last section, stuff like that, because we're here to discuss rivals mostly. So we won't be that long on the Liverpool section, but I do want to start with it because, first of all, to get it out the way. Second of all, to get all the fraudulence in the stream out the way. Already, there's a guy crying corruption. 2 guys crying corruption. I'll say this just quickly before I open the floor up and just let you guys know your opinions. This super chat right here sums it up. Sometimes, guys, in a title race, all the people who have seen their club in a title race, obviously all of us except Alan, you know that you have to win games dirty sometimes. You have to win games dirty. It's just how it goes. Like there is not a single City winning title winning team or Arsenal title winning team or Chelsea title winning team or even Liverpool when we won it in 1920 that didn't have a last minute win or like something that you just get your shit together and get 3 points. And this super chat right here sums it up for me. Joe Gomez playing in DM, and then he went to left back, and then he went to right back. We obviously had Szoboszlai coming off the bench. He only played about 20 minutes. Gakpo, Elliott, and Diaz is one of the driest front threes I've seen my entire life. Like I probably prefer the Maxi Rodriguez Dirk Kuyt front three we had when we were shit like 6-7 years ago. That was dry as hell. That was drier than the Dead Sea with all the salt in it as well. So it was so bad, man. It was so bad. Darwin Nunez was a welcome addition to that, added some pace, some energy. There's a guy, Surfer will vouch, because he's been listening the longest for me doing prop to this guy. There's a guy been doing prop this whole year. My midfielder, Alexis McAllister, the nerve to do that in the 98th minute, weak-footed dink, absolutely perfect into Darwin Nunez, where I will give him credit. The biggest credit I'll give Darwin Nunez is not even the finish. It's the fact that he held himself onside. He actually fully held himself onside. If you go and watch that goal, he's offside. He steps back into an onside position and then makes that run again. And I feel like that's something Nunez needs to do more in terms of you're already quick as hell, bro. Like, it's not like respectfully, it's not like Disasi is going to catch you. He can't. So might as well just hold your runs, wait a little bit, and then make that run into the box and no one can catch you anyway. So that's what I'll say on the Liverpool win. It was a great 3 points. The correct team won. You get me? Nottingham fought. Listen, City fans, when you tell them that, the other team should have won or got something, they start saying possession. We had 71% possession. You get me? We had 22 shots. They had 2 shots. So
what do you say when we say that, though, Hussam?
One team. Can I just finish my intro, please, Vator? I'm 10 seconds away, brother. 10 seconds. Can I have my moment? I'm the host.
This is a rock promo.
I don't talk usually on these streams. You get me? I'm the host. Let me have my moment. Let me have my 3 points. You want me to share screen again and show you how I celebrated, just so it pisses you off more? I can do it. No problem. You got me. So, we obviously had possession. We were a much more dominant team, and Liverpool Football Club absolutely deserved to win today's game. So that's my thoughts. Before we open the floor up, 530 people are in here. Hit the like button right now. Subscribe. Big up to all the super chatters. We're going to get to the super chats in a second. Stick around, you guys. So please like the video, subscribe. So, open floor. Go on, Vator. What do you want to say since you're so excited? Like I said, so excited. We'll start with you and then we open the floor.
Yeah. Let me do this, because even with the intro, you had to mention my professor, Professor Hamza, and shout out to Professor. You have this line that you like to say. If you let him speak, you'll notice that Professor wants to win too many of the battles and then he loses the war. The same thing's happening with you, Hussam. The same thing's happening with you, because you want to talk about City with their jammy wins. They're the jammiest club. Why do they keep winning like this? You have to look in the mirror. You have to look in the mirror. You're getting the same results because at the end of the day, you know this. It's about winning. It is all about winning. I don't care how ugly it is. I don't care what you have to do. And I've seen some of your players, shout out to Jota, diving to make sure you get a result. It doesn't matter. Get the result. Now, this game, I'm going to give credit because you won it. But you're expected to win it. You're expected to win it. And when you want to talk about clear chances, because again, I walk around with a notebook. I'm in the streams. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to Don Hussam, This Is Football, do it right now. Hit that like button. But I'm in the streams. I'm jotting down some notes. You want to talk about clear chances? Let's be honest. Elanga should have put 2 of those away. 2 of those away before you guys should have even scored. To be honest with you, so I think at the end of the day, you guys show that.
I agree with that. But not the first one. The second one, yes. The first one, he was offside.
You don't think the first one when he was clear on goal? And I mean, Van Dijk did a good job putting him on his weak foot.
Yeah, but I mean, he was offside for that one.
Oh, I didn't.
The second one, I agree with you. The second one, he probably should have scored. I agree, 100%.
Okay, all right. Well, we can nitpick on that one. But this is what I want to get at. If you watch, and again, subscribe to this channel, but Hussam will say a lot of the things against City and then claim victory for his club. And rightfully so. You're supposed to do it. The last thing I'm going to say, take those notes, Alan.
I'm taking them notes. Don't worry, man. I'm taking them notes.
I love this channel, man.
Is that a pencil? Is that a pencil, Alan?
Yes, I'm educated.
Good.
You got to get one of those mechanized. Get a mechanical pencil. Get a mechanical pencil. Now, the last thing I want to say, I expected Liverpool to win this game. There was never any doubt, even when it got to this late 90th or 90 plus. We're expected this to happen. It's Klopp's last dance. It's the final tour. Did we expect anything else? So, Brandon, don't get frustrated. Don't get upset. Liverpool are going to get all of these calls right down to the wire. They're the
can I
media darlings.
actually give you the difference without waffling? I'm actually going to be dead serious.
Okay.
The one that I really ranted about the jammy win that City had was the Bournemouth away one. I know you saw it. The Bournemouth away one was the one where I just fully lost it. Now the difference is Liverpool today had a last minute winner. You've had last minute winners. Arsenal have had last minute winners. Arsenal have done it against Brentford. They've done it against Luton. When you have last minute winners, I'll never consider it jammy because you fought till the end. The differences in the Bournemouth game is you scored in the 24th minute. After that, Bournemouth proceeded to miss 5 clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. That's when I go okay. No, but you know what it is, Vator? I actually asked City fans. City fans were in my chat that day, and I actually asked them. I was like, guys, be serious. Did you not expect Bournemouth to score? Everyone's like, yeah, I fully thought Bournemouth were going to get one. So I feel like that's the difference. Because when you win games at the end, I always say, last-minute winning games or games where you're winning it on small margins build up momentum even more than 4-0 wins. This game will build momentum more than if we won 5-0. Now I understand 100% Elanga should have scored. See how I'm being honest. 100% Elanga should have scored. Who else missed? There's another guy who missed a chance. Not Elanga. There's another guy. When he came on, Awoniyi is the guy that missed. Awoniyi had a one-on-one where he just fluffed his lines and couldn't control it. But at the end of the day, we look at the other side as well. Gakpo chances, Diaz chances. Robertson had a chance right in front of goal. Nunez had 2 chances.
Nunez missed a lot of chances. Yeah.
And we had, I think we had 2 headers from Van Dijk. So we had chances to score in this game. That's why I'm saying today is kind of different in terms of jammy and dodgy and all of that. So I'm glad you didn't mention referees, though. I respect that.
Okay. All right. Brandon, it's gonna go down to when Liverpool play City, when City play Arsenal. Honestly, those are the title deciders. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm gonna relinquish my turn to talk. I'll chime in here and there. But congratulations on the win. I didn't expect anything else. It's expected. Liverpool are better than Forest. I don't care even if you're playing away. I don't care if you're playing with your kindergarten kids. You're a big club. You should have won that game, and you did.
Okay, so watching Hassan's stream, I don't think he expected him to get a last-minute winner, seeing how they played. So I don't think anyone expected it right at the end. I think everyone wants to talk about the added on time, which I find hilarious. If your players didn't stop rolling around and feigning injuries during normal time and time wasting, we wouldn't have this amount of time. So that's on you, Forest. And by the way, didn't you get 2 bookings in injury time for wasting time as well?
Yeah, Gibbs White and another guy.
Yeah.
Both wasted.
And also, it's a minimum of 9 minutes. People forget this. It's not 9 minutes maximum. It's a minimum of 9 minutes.
It's always a minimum with Liverpool, though. It's always.
Oh, here we go. Please stop it. Please stop it. Please stop it.
Here we go.
This man's in a golden tower begging for a fiver for bread. This is what this guy's doing at this moment in time. This is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Don't. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Listen, leave my title favorites alone. I'm talking about them. Okay. I just want to say, if you've ever been in a title race or watched a title race, there are certain moments in the season that make a team believe. That make a team. That wasn't a straight. No, that wasn't like a sad.
That wasn't even
straight. Alan.
Own it. Just own it.
I said if you watch a title race or you're in a title race, there are certain moments in a season that make your team or make you believe a team is going to win a title. Okay, we saw it last week in Bundesliga with Bayer Leverkusen. That second goal, where the opposition goalkeeper literally threw it in the net for them to win the game 2-1. Okay, and I think this Darwin Nunez one, the winner, right at the end, when Liverpool weren't particularly good today at all. You know, they weren't at their best, given their injuries and stuff like that. You have to accept that, but. I just think that's going to give them even. They're going into the City game knowing now that they don't really have to win that City game. You know what I mean? They don't have to win that City game if they don't want to. A draw's good enough for them. But I just think it gives them a belief going in for the rest of the season. I agree with what Sam says. I would bun the Europa League if I was Liverpool right now. I'd bun it.
Thank you.
Because there's no point. There's no point in Europa League whatsoever.
Small club mentality.
They're going to be in the Champions League. They're going to be in the Champions League, and they're the first in the title race. That's all that matters. The title race is all that matters this season for Liverpool. But I just listen. It was a good victory. That's on Nottingham Forest finishing is on Nottingham Forest's finishing. It's not on Liverpool whatsoever. You know what I mean? It's like any other team that goes through. Elanga, that's on you, and that's on them. So they're doing well. This whole belief now, they keep it rolling. They're going to the City game full of belief. It's at Anfield. Let's see what they can do. Tomorrow now, the heat is now on. City, who I do expect to batter Manchester United. Not your Vator, one of your, 2-1, 1-0 wins that you usually do on previews.
It's a derby stuff.
Yeah,
Why are you doing that?
And also...
it's a derby.
Oh, shut up.
No, I can't do
that. Underdog can't do that.
Sam, you know you're going to claim underdog when we go to Anfield.
But of course. Vator, simple question. Vator. Who's the best manager in the league? Simple question.
No, we're not doing that. We're going to Anfield.
Well, you see why you don't want to do it. Okay, I'll do it with Winter Surfer then. Surfer, who's the best manager in the league?
Oh, Pep.
No,
who has the strongest starting 11 in the league? Can I just speak to Surfer? You didn't want to do it, right? Surfer, who has the strongest starting 11 in the league?
Oh, Man City.
Who has the strongest squad in the league?
Right now, Man City.
Point proven. Boom.
Who's got
the
best right back,
set and delivered all the way to Canada. On your
Who's got the best right wing, Hussam?
Fit right back, fit right wing. They're not fit. You can't say they have the best. They're not fit.
Yeah.
So because all we've heard all season is not. All we've heard all season of City fans is we haven't got KDB. We haven't got KDB, and all season. We haven't got KDB. We haven't got this. And then suddenly Liverpool have literally half their squad decimated, but you don't want to give them any concessions.
No, this is a case. No, this is a case of the body snatchers. This is not the real Surfer right now. I don't know what you did. This is a clone. This is your Surfer.
This is your professor's fault. This is your professor's fault. This is your.
No. Don't even go there, Winter Surfer. This is your club's fault. Yeah, your club. Your club has done this. Your club has created the monster, right? Because now Liverpool...
Don't blame us, man.
Liverpool are going to places with kids, and believing that they can win games. This is your...
blame Poch, man. Blame Poch. Don't blame Chelsea. Blame Poch. Don't blame Chelsea.
Blame Poch. Blame Chelsea. It's all the same thing.
It's not really the same thing, man.
It's as simple as you're both shit. So it's kind of like, But you've given Liverpool this belief, And if they go on to win the league, they have to thank Chelsea for being so shit in that Carabao Cup final. They have to. Yeah, because you beat them with
brother.
like,
if I win the league, I'm thanking me. I'm not thanking anyone.
You.
I said
Thank Chelsea.
I'm thanking myself.
Chelsea should have beat you in that Carabao Cup final. When you look at the two teams that finished the game, instead, what happened was
I agree that they should have won 100%.
These kids were coming on the pitch I've never heard of before. They probably did their homework after the game as well, got themselves all showered and ready for school the next day, and Chelsea just died. And now you're going to places like Nottingham Forest, which look, like Vader said, we expected you to win that game anyway. But I was getting excited towards the end because I thought, oh, hey up, it's coming. But in all honesty, I might be a bit salty about the fact that Liverpool managed to get the win. But I don't understand why Arsenal fans in particular decide that they've got this brass neck and this big chest to sit there and saying that it's unsustainable for Liverpool to win games like that. When we was doing that last season. Dickheads. You know what I mean?
United do it for fun, man. United do it for fun all the time.
The reason why I'm so salty about Liverpool at the moment is because, and don't take this the wrong way, Vader, but I'm more scared of Liverpool now than what I am City. And although City are the treble winners, although City are still the favourites to win the league, looking at the way that Klopp is doing it, you have to commend him because he's got half of his squad missing. I don't know how many games Liverpool have won without Mo Salah, but it's an awful lot. You haven't dropped points in many, right? They've got players to come back. It's going to be this title race is going to be very interesting.
But Brandon, you should be upset. You're in a title race. You should be upset.
I am upset. Of course, I'm upset.
That's what I mean. No. But what you're saying, Arsenal fans should be upset, and Man City fans should be upset. They're in a title race. It'd be the same if you guys. I don't see what. Obviously, I see Arsenal actually slapping Sheffield United on Monday. But if something happens and it's like you get an injury time winner at Sheffield United, the Sam's going to be on the stream going, no, it's going to be like that. He's going to be literally seconds away from you dropping points. Same as tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. But then from a neutral's perspective, you also have to sit there and say, look, I respect what Klopp's doing. I respect what Liverpool are doing right now.
Yes.
You got to remember, Liverpool were in the, couldn't even qualify for Champions League last season. Okay, that was an off season. But the fact that he's missing half of his squad has been decimated. We're at the business end of the season and he's chucking in 18, 19-year-olds who have barely played, a game for Liverpool.
I don't even know them.
Going and winning games. It's beyond belief to me. And then
I've never heard
like you said,
like a week ago. I really
City have been complaining all season. Oh, we haven't got KDB, we haven't got this, that, and the other. Whenever we've lost games, it's we haven't got Thomas Partey, we haven't got this. Klopp's proving to everyone right now. There are no excuses. Yeah, you can do it without having your main players.
I think
Brandon, no, we're not doing this. Sorry, Alan. Go ahead.
So what I wanted to do, I've just listened to a lot, and obviously this is a bit weird. So first of all, this isn't back in Hussam or Liverpool because he actually took a cheap shot at Spurs when he done his introduction and all that, like so low. So I was calling him out for that. You're an absolute no, whatever, Hussam, and you just go with it anyway. So this is me basically. Brandon saying they blame. Oh, this is on Chelsea, but forget they didn't go to. Forest and have a load of kids and all that. They had a couple in a position, but they actually only brought Danson off the bench, not like they did against Chelsea. So that's not an excuse. If Arsenal fail to win a title again and bottle it, you have to find another excuse. You don't have to blame Chelsea. It's not doable. Vator on here, sitting here, going, oh, if we go away to Liverpool, we're not favourites, we're not this, we're not that. Basically, pleading poverty for Man City, like treble winners and all that and stuff like that. Last week when I was sitting here saying that Man City are one of the, Man City for me aren't one of the favourites. I think they're actually behind Arsenal, Liverpool. He was on here telling me I was wrong. I will see this and the other. So which is it? Which is it? They are a week on, a week off. Which one is it? Are Man City favourites? Are they not? Which one will we going for this week?
Listen, are you asking for me to honestly answer?
Well, you honestly answered last week. I want to see if it's the same this week because you seem to be flip-flopping.
So I can be favored to win the league. I don't need to be favored to win every game. Do you understand the difference?
Okay.
Going to Anfield, there's no way I'm a favorite.
Pardon, what are Liverpool doing and what are Arsenal doing? at the moment.
What do you mean? They're winning games.
Exactly. With a weakened team, and Arsenal had a weakened team earlier on in the season and weren't at their thing. And
I've had a weakened team. I've had a weakened team as well.
Weakened team. Haaland.
No Haaland, no KDB.
What? Vator, are you genuinely sitting here and comparing Bobby Clark and Gakpo to Alvarez and the midfielders that you have? Like, you actually, where is your shame?
Yes.
So when Haaland doesn't play, Julian Alvarez, World Cup winner, plays. For me, when Szoboszlai doesn't play, Bobby Clark, who has homework the next day, plays. That's the difference between.
Yeah.
Like, it's obviously there's a difference there. You get me? There is a difference.
I get the difference, but the point with regards to who are favorites to win what and when, that's where I'm coming off mute and answering Alan's question.
Yeah,
we've all had injuries.
It seems like you're flip flopping from week to week, but it's fine. We're here for that and all that. Going back to Liverpool, a bit of the flip flop going on. Let's go to Liverpool. Look, Liverpool have got major injury problems. They're without Salah, they're without Trent, they're without Alisson and all that. If you take these players out of City, that's like taking let's
Ederson.
just not like for like, but
do like for like.
It's like taking Haaland. It's like taking thing like that.
Rodri probably most important player.
Rodri,
like
no Stone, the keepers, Ederson.
No Stones, no Haaland, no Ederson.
Okay, just relax. It's fine. Take a breath. So it's taken the people out of Arsenal as well. Look, Liverpool are in the toughest part of their season, and apart from the Arsenal game, which they just didn't show up for, they're doing what they need to do to stay in the mix. And for me, this will make them stronger. When them players come back, I just, out of the three, I would prefer Liverpool to win, and I just think they are going to win. It's not going to, it's just me being honest. And look, Hassam's an absolute idiot for taking shots at Spurs as soon as he came in. But based on what I'm seeing, I still say from last week, I'll put Liverpool first, Arsenal second, Man City third. You're getting the wins. And it seems like the team are actually trying to do it for Klopp in his final season, like the fight to the end and all that. It's just a good combination to have. For me, I think Liverpool are the team to beat, and I hate saying that because Liverpool. Hassan was so salty earlier on in the season; it's unreal. But
I think
now the salt is gone.
I think it's real is when Liverpool get all their players back, which they will. You know, Salah will be back, blah blah blah, and all that. All these kids that they've been playing have got that belief now. So even if they're coming off the bench, you know, it's not like it's a massive drop off in quality and all of that lot, because they've got that belief there now. They've just won the cup. They've just, played against, two of them have just played against Forest, and Liverpool got that experienced core there that can also bring them through games, help them through games. Whereas when you look at Arsenal, for example, if we have to rely on our bench, we're relying on the likes of Eddie Nketiah, who ain't played all season. We're relying on the likes of, I don't know, Smith Rowe, another player who ain't played all season. Then you've got, Vader there, who's crying about KDB and Haaland being out. Yet they've got the most expensive, most quality in the league. I mean, maybe we should talk about Doku and what he's done since he's joined Man City. Absolutely.
I just wanted to just say quickly.
Go ahead.
I want to listen, man. I think the real test for Liverpool now, is going to be the Europa League fixtures, because those are the ones that are coming up now. And then, Sunday, Thursday, depleted squad. I don't know when your other players are going to be coming up. If you can survive that and still get, results against City, and I think there's another big picture coming up after that. I hate to say it because I don't want you guys to win. I would prefer City to win personally. They can win another Premier League. It's all right by me. You know what I'm saying? So, honestly, you guys are gonna win. I hate to say it, man.
Let me chime in real quick. So, because Brandon,
after Vator, I will do super chats and then move on to Spurs. Go on, Vator.
All right. Now, Alan, you're quick to say that you got Liverpool as favorites. You know what you won't hear out of Hussam's mouth? Those exact same words. You'll never hear him say that. So until he has that level of confidence, I'm not going to be too worried about Liverpool, even though I know it's a gimmick and he likes to move like the underdog. Now, Brendan, I got to point out, I think it's easy for Klopp to really play these kids, put the arm around them and say, go out there, just play your heart out, do your best. He can do that. And no disrespect, Surfer, no disrespect, my man, sorry, I forgot your name. But Chelsea have been trash. They've been trash. To tell the kids to go out and play their best against Chelsea, what's really challenging? Now, against Forest, what's really challenging against Forest?
Wow.
Go out and play your best. There's really no
You
pressure.
can't even credit the kids for winning a game at Wembley?
No. Because, again, it wasn't kids. Those that delivered for you was Tsimikas and Van Dijk. 75 million Van Dijk delivered that. I'm not giving credit to the
fraud.
kids.
We ended the game with a midfield three of McConnell,
I know who was on the pitch, but I know who
Bobby
made the
Clark.
difference.
Jaden Dance was up top.
I know
Kwanzaa was at the back. Bradley started right back. Elliot was in the team. Have some shame. You need.
But the main thing is who scored the goal, man. Who scored the goal? That's what matters. Doesn't matter who's on the pitch. It matters who scored the goal.
Did you not have Sterling on the pitch? Why didn't he score the goal?
But that's the point I'm trying to make.
There you are.
It still doesn't matter. They can be all on the pitch.
The goal,
no, but this Chelsea team. Hold on, no. The shame. The Chelsea team with the hundreds of millions they had on that pitch got done by 16-year-old kids who were on a day out with their family. Absolutely embarrassing. Sort yourselves out.
It is embarrassing.
Two things can be true. One second, Vator, you said that Hassan won't say Liverpool are favourites to win the title and all that. So are you going to say right here, right now, that Man City are going to win this league again? Are you favourites?
I told you that. I'm backing my team to win the league.
So you're favourites and you're going to win the league, yeah?
I can't be favourites because it's never been done before.
What's never been done for winning the league? You've done it before the past 5
winning
years.
the league 4 times.
You notice how Vator, you remind me of something. You have become everything you hate. Everything you've accused me of, you are. That's the crazy part.
I think it's
you're playing underdog. You're not saying your favorites, and you're doing the same shit. Like you're doing everything you're accusing Hussam of doing.
I'm just ready to take notes, Vator. I'm waiting to take notes. Are you going to win the league?
Listen. I'm winning this league. I back my team.
Okay.
So how
I differ. I don't think there is a favourite personally. I think this can change from week to week. If Arsenal go and slap Sheffield United, say 6 tomorrow, like we expect Arsenal to go and do, then you could sit there and say, well, this is 4 games in a row that Arsenal are slapping teams. Then you look at the fixtures. We got Brentford next. Liverpool got. You got City next. Is it at Anfield?
Yeah.
So. Then next week it could be Arsenal are top and all of a sudden they're favourites. I think it's going to change week by week. It's going to be such a close title race. It's unreal.
Yeah, Alan, are you favourites for top 4?
Listen, we're going to get to Spurs now in a second. Just quickly, Vator, you know you made it. You get into Vel's head. Vel has a message for you.
Yeah.
This guy.
Send that to the surfer. Vel, send that to me.
I will send that to you.
Please.
Anyway, let me just go to the super chats before we do move on to Spurs, so we can eventually get to the main meal. You get me? Appetizer complete. Let's eat dessert first. Big up to Sunshine, who says that. I am never gonna say that. Does anyone on the stream want to say it? Okay. Big up to you, Sunshine, for the super chat. Big up to Morton, who says to Arsenal. Regarding refereeing decisions, exactly the same thing happened when Harvey Elliott shot and hit Nicolas Dominguez in the face. We had the ball, he blew. Forrest got the ball when they started. By the way, this is true. When Elliott had a shot in the second half and it hit Dominguez in the face, the referee stopped the game. Head injuries now stop the games. You're saying they should have had the ball, but the guy literally done a not Roman Reigns. What's his name? The guy that does the flying kick? Dolph Ziggler flying kick to the face of Konate. So if that's not a foul, then the sport is done out here. I get me. That's why I asked you guys to spam salt in the emoji, because Brandon was being salty there, So appreciate you, Morton. Big up to BIG, says Vator, you're getting jammy wins with Haaland, KDB, Bernardo Silva, Foden, Stones, Ederson. We're rocking Gakpo, Dan's, Elliott, Clark, and Bradley. Come on, man. Fact.
You guys got the best PR, man.
You always take it out of context. This is the job of City fans nowadays. Let's just say out of context shit. You get me? So we can get everyone irritated and act like, it's the same thing. Barely scraping past Bournemouth with Haaland, KDB, with me scraping past Forest with a bunch of children and Gakpo as my striker. Big up to you, BIG. Big up to Felipe, who says, Alan, everyone's favorite white guy. Vator is a salty fraud. Big up to you, Felipe. That's a Newcastle fan as well. That's a Newcastle fan as well, calling you out on your BS, Vator, so you can hold that.
We're supposed to be brothers.
Big up my guy Luke Skywalker who says smash the like button. Yes, guys, I'm gonna say it now before I let Andrew bully you guys. Big up to Nero says, surely now you take back what you said about Nunez. Hey, exactly. All the Nunez haters stand up. You get me? This is the Nunez FC. If you didn't buy tickets from the start, it's your problem. Big up to you, Neil.
Where's your ticket, Sam? I just want to know where's your ticket.
My ticket was just in my drawer. You get me? I got it out eventually. And we're there. Big up to BIG. Jackson and Mudrik play like Frozone and Dash from The Incredibles. The Carabao Cup final brought me back to my childhood. Thieves getting paid millions. Hey, BIG, that final right there, unbelievable. Unbelievable final. And I'm really liking Jayden Dance actually the most out of the kids. Him and Bobby Clark have impressed me the most. Both names I didn't recognize a week ago. So, like, yeah, big up to them, you know. Today I was trolling the United fans, like, bring on Fellaini. Bring Fellaini on. And then Jayden Dance comes on and we score. So, yeah. Big up to you, BIG. I appreciate you for the love. Big up Neil, Felipe. Big up to Morton. Big up to Sunshine. Big up to Luke. Big up to all my super chatters. I appreciate you and love you all. As Luke said earlier on, make sure you guys are slapping the like button. There's 700 people in here, and we ain't even on 300 likes yet. Wow. You bunch of frauds. This is you watching us right here. I want you all to hit this X button, hit this like button right here. Hit this like button, subscribe to This Is Football right here, right now. We're closing in. We're just about under 10 subscribers away from 26.8K. The road to 27K and then 30K, inshallah, before the end of the season continues. So please hit the like button. Please subscribe to This Is Football if you are yet to do so right here, right now. Big up to Felipe says, if Arsenal and City draw each other in the Champions League, who wins?
Who wins?
City, straight away. City.
Yeah, City.
You have to favour City. You just have to.
I go City unless Arsenal like park the bus and played some dark arts football.
What, like Porto? They can't play Porto.
No, but dead ass. Like Arsenal have to just sell all.
Well, I think what they'd have to do is Arsenal would have to draw 0-0 at home or try and nick it 1-0 to have any chance of going through. Because obviously away goals don't count. But you know, I don't know.
Is this a serious question?
He put in a super chat. Of course, it's a serious question.
They have European heritage now, but.
How are you guys not automatically saying City? Like,
everyone said City.
I said City.
Without hesitation.
Everyone said City. You're so sensitive.
You said City without hesitation.
No. It should have been without hesitation.
You know, I said City without hesitation.
You did, Brendan. But these frauds were like.
Everyone said. I literally just said City. Everyone said.
Football's a game of chances, man. Football's a game of chances.
This is typical. This is typical City victimhood again. Do you know what I mean?
Victimhood. Alan, what was your answer?
What's my answer to what? Who's going to win that? Oh, it's going to be Man City.
Happy now? Happy now?
He answered it directly.
Has your ego been stroked enough, or do you want us to like? Oh my god!
I don't need any more boosting. All right, I'm cool.
Alan,
yes.
Can we let Alan speak on Spurs? His team played today. Vator, stop being so rude to my guy Jan. Go on, Jan. Talk to me about the biggest club in London, Spurs. Get me beating Crystal Palace today.
Which version of Jan? Yeah, thanks for that. I'll remember that. No, look, Spurs today. The first season was absolutely shocking. Timo Werner had a one-on-one, literally couldn't hit a barn door, went round the keeper.
I saw that.
What was that, sorry?
I saw that. That was freaking hilarious.
What was that?
He said it was hilarious.
All right. Okay.
He said he saw the
Timo Werner, look, Timo Werner missed a one-on-one. It was absolutely shocking. Apart from that, Spurs didn't do much in the first half. They had more shots than us. We just don't seem to perform in the first half for whatever reason. Something Andrew's got to address very quickly. In the second half, they went behind. So I see Spurs fans going, "Oh yeah, it was a good free kick." No. I don't know who on earth decided to put the wall the way they did and have the keeper. Like the wall was shocking. Vicario's position was awful, and we put no defenders on the other side of the post. We just let Palace players stand there and then just go and watch the ball go in the net. It was fucking ridiculous. Sorry, just got annoyed. And then after the goal, Brennan Johnson, of all people, turned the game on its head and actually showed up for once. Fantastic for him. Great. He can still go. He's an impact sub and nothing more than that. And look, we get the win. Good finishes, obviously. Timo Werner actually got his goal with an open goal. He couldn't miss that. Son with the third goal and Romero getting a goal. He's not on the same level as Saliba. I don't subscribe to that. And Vator obviously asked me a question. He's probably going to ask me again. Are Spurs favourite for the top four? No, we're not. The reason why we're not is because we're actually behind at the moment. We're performing poorly compared to Aston Villa. And also we've got a run of Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea and Newcastle back to back in April. So whereas you guys have easy runs and all that, like with easy games back to back, Spurs have a really hard run in. So that's the reason why Spurs aren't favourites. But if we get top four, then we would have earned it. But look, by the way, I want to see, like, I see rival fans getting triggered by Ange winning the manager award. Calm down. None of you knew that award ceremony was going on until Ange appeared with his picture with the trophy. So calm down, settle down, stop with the whole hatred of Ange and all that, because he says, mate, relax, it's all good. We move. But yeah, Spurs, 3 points. Better season than what any of you thought we were going to have, but we'll see where we end up. But I'm just ruined since I said, like, when I was starting to believe Spurs may get fourth, it's one of them where, look, we drop points to Man United, we drop points to Wolves, we drop points to Everton. We dominate Man United, should have got all three. We should have got all three against Everton, and we should have got three against Wolves, and we've dropped points because we make silly mistakes. That's why it's it's one of them where Spurs will end up wherever we do. For me, fifth, we can't. I will absolutely be livid if that dead club Man United actually overtakes Spurs. No, Spurs fifth will be where we finish, but yeah, absolutely no way is that dead football club Man United coming to take. I just
want to pick up on something you said just then. Did you just say Ange got manager of the month?
Well, no, not manager of the month. Manager, like London Awards. Manager of the year, or manager of the season, or something like that. Manager of the year.
No one's heard of that, man. Let's be real, man. Anyone that's trying to, find a quick keep
no, it has been heard of. It's just just because Ange has won it, everyone's up and
hey, all we know is it's not going to be Poch, guys. It's fine. Relax, calm down.
The point I'm trying to, the point I was making is that anyone that's trying to cuss out that award, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So big up to him.
No, I just Alan, are you playing the same way?
The Conference League win was very good for West Ham. No agenda.
Yes.
It should probably.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was. Alan, are you playing the same way as you've done all season?
No, because at the moment, whoever's been playing in midfield haven't been doing the same job they were at the early part of the season, which enabled Van de Ven and Romero to cover where the fullbacks push forward. The midfielder, deep line midfielder, was able to sit back and allow both Romero and Van de Ven to mop up in the channels. That's not happening now. The midfield's getting overrun, and literally when that's happening, you're exposing Van de Ven and Romero because everyone's pushing up. You've got for some reason, Bentancur's been poor, Bissouma's been poor. Sarr was on the bench today when he should be first on the team sheet in the midfield because he's been consistent way more than both of them. But it's a problem that he needs. I believe Spurs have two proper areas they've got to invest in for quality players in the summer, and that's a CDM, top quality CDM, and a top quality right winger, because Kulusevski and Brennan Johnson are not the answers. Simple.
So just
Brennan Johnson is getting better though. We have to be honest.
He's an impact sub. He has moments, but there's when he came on when we turned it around against Brighton.
I don't know why. I just see something in him. Actually, I don't know why.
He came on against Brighton. He got the goal, which everyone was waxing lyrical about. But for the other 30 minutes, it was like somebody had left their child on the pitch. Like he'd wandered on and over the tunnel where people were saying, "Has anyone found this lost child on pitch?" He's not good enough. He's not good enough. Impact sub, but that's about it.
The problem with Brennan Johnson is going to be a victim of his transfer fee. That's the problem with Brennan Johnson, because he's at 50 million.
That is true.
But I was just saying, do you think you actually get back in that match without Brennan Johnson literally tackling every Palace player?
No, like I said, I criticise. I don't dislike football fans who will, when they dislike somebody, they will just criticise and they won't praise. And when they like somebody, they'll praise, but they won't. I'll do both. So Brendan Johnson for me is not good enough, but he came in and changed the game today, so I have to give him credit for it. If I sit here and go, I didn't do anything, then I'll just be a liar.
No, And I think it's. I think Spurs just have to just try and get as many results as they can. And not worry about Spurs fans have to not worry about the style of play if they want to finish as high as they can at this moment in time. Because we've seen it with how many their injuries really do like the drop off between when their fullbacks go out is just immense. I know you said about in the summer what you need. I think also for squad depth you need better fullback options, backup options.
We do, but Spurs have a habit of not doing.
We all know that. He's not going to do it. He's not going to get everything that Spurs fans want.
Daniel Levy is the reason why Spurs won't be successful. It's just as per usual.
Yeah, it's Daniel Levy.
What's your problem? Literally just all the
I haven't even said anything, brother.
You just did.
Vator, you want to say anything about Spurs?
Yeah, listen. Spurs got a free hit season. That's basically what it is. They got a new manager. Whatever happens,
that's
Alan's
awesome.
just happy for whatever. No, it's a you thing.
That's Arsenal.
It's a London thing. No, it's a London thing. You know, I love the London turf wars. Can I speak? It's a London turf war. Go ahead, Alan. Go ahead.
That's fine. Just that's an Arsenal thing. Free hit. That's not Spurs. Let's just keep it a buck, but we'll keep going. It's fine.
All right. Well, Alan's just hopeful to remain in this 5th position for this year, first year with Ange. He just doesn't want to see United surpass them. He doesn't believe that they're good enough to surpass Aston Villa. So it's I don't know what we call it. It's not a free hit, but he just wants to be in 5th. That's how good he sees his club. There's really not much to judge there. I don't think that they're a serious club until they really show the drive to win a trophy, and there's no trophies in their future this year. So I got nothing much to say.
Very quickly, just to come back to that condescending manner from Vator. Very condescending. I thought that. Let's talk about, look, it's okay for you to be condescending when you've obviously got everything you need as a team. This is Spurs' first season. You do. Your trophy horses, you do. Spurs' first season under a new manager, on either that season losing arguably one of our best players in Premier League history or the best player in Premier League history, which rival fans, all I heard, all I saw, Spurs bottom half of the table, relegation candidates. So for us to be where we are as a starting base for Spurs, it's absolutely brilliant. I was saying about we're not favourites because we're like the hard run we've got. The only apologies, I even put Man City in that aspect because we know when you come to our ground, you're our bitch. So it's all right. It's fine. We'll get 3 points there. The rest of it.
You know what? No, he's not doing that. He's moving on.
I look in my pockets. I've got Vator in that pocket. I've got Hamza in that pocket. It's what we do.
Every season.
Can everyone spam Corey's in the chat right now, please?
Every season, I win the league, and I put one hand behind my back because I don't get points from Spurs. Every season, I happen to do that. So let's relax, Alan. Another thing, too, is I get it, but you looked at your fixture list, and it's so difficult. In all honesty, should Aston Villa be ahead of you? In all honesty. So the way I didn't mean to be condescending, my apologies, but I think there should be a lot more something to really pursue that top 4. That's all.
If you're asking me a legitimate question, should Aston Villa be ahead of us this season, considering where they both came from last season to now? Yes, they should be ahead of us.
I just want to go back to the free hit thing because I feel very insulted. I feel very insulted that he's made it an Arsenal thing. You've had free hits since 2008. You ain't won a trophy since then.
That's not free hit. That's Spurs massively.
Free hit. It's free hit every year. It's free hit every year.
Don't care about Spurs, Brandon.
Don't give me that. It's free hit every year with Spurs because every single season, Spurs fans come out of the woodwork. We're going to win a trophy this year, and then when you're out of every cup competition by February, oh, it's all right next year. Oh, it's all right. We won the Audi Cup. We'll be fine.
Okay, Brandon. Notice how I address you guys on the stream. You're trying to hold me to account for rival fans saying about a title win and all that. I say I want Spurs to win a trophy this season. There's a difference. So address me. Don't use to other Tottenham fans. Address me what I say, and I don't say we're going to win a trophy. I say I want Spurs a trophy.
I've got a quick question. Before we go, which is that obviously
not dodging the Chelsea section.
No. Listen, it's inevitable, so we're gonna have to get there eventually. But it's obviously Aston Villa is gonna conferences coming up for them. I do expect them to make a deep run. Do you not think maybe they may start dropping points on the Sunday, and then you might actually have an actual chance to maybe pounce on getting full spot from them.
What, from Aston Villa?
Yeah, from Villa.
They won today, didn't they? So they haven't dropped points. We play them next.
I said as they start playing Conference League though regularly because
coming up for there's a chance that could happen, but at the moment it's not been happening. So it's not just it just depends. I think it depends on how they cope with both and all that. I mean, yeah, they're doing all right at the moment. We'll see. We'll see how they.
Let me tell you this now: it won't happen. It won't happen purely and simply because Unai Emery. Cup competitions, European Cup competitions, Unai Emery knows how to get the best out of the squad that he has in 2 competitions at one time. So I don't see Aston Villa falling away. I think the top 4 will stay as it is personally, and that's not because I hate Spurs or anything like that. That's how I genuinely think it will be.
Okay, look, guys, Spurs won. Let's just move on to the main meal. The lobster is out. It's on the way. Big up to Morton for another super chat. Thanks so much, Morton, for the love. He says, I think Arsenal take too lightly on the away games they have left. You have faced 6 of the top 12 Premier League teams, only 1 win and 3 losses. You will have some tough meetings ahead of you. I agree with that, Morton. I think we can recognize without agenda, genuinely speaking, Arsenal probably have the toughest run in because they
hang on. Let me address this super chat here, right here. You have faced 6 of the top 12 Premier League teams, only 1 win and 3 losses. What are you talking about? 4 points taken against Liverpool. Yeah. We beat Manchester United earlier on in the season. We drew against Chelsea. We beat Man City. What are you talking about, my friend?
Who did you lose to this season? Where are your losses?
We haven't lost to any of the top 6 this season. We drew against
Fulham,
Spurs
West
Ham.
Who are your losses? Fulham, West Ham. Who else?
Fulham, West Ham. Fucking hell, now I can't remember.
I think he's talking about the away games, Brandon. I think he's talking about the away games.
Aston, the away games. Oh yeah,
I think it's about the away games.
We've still got to play Spurs away. We've still got to play
Aston Villa away. You lost 1-0.
Yeah, we still got to play.
And Newcastle away. You lost 1-0. That's your 4 losses.
Yeah, I think he's exclusively talking about the away games, not the overall. Not all the games.
Apart from Spurs away and City away, who else?
Apart from City away, the toughest game of the year.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is apart from Spurs away and City away, in our remaining.
Brandon, Spurs. Spurs going away to Man City. Spurs. Calm down, it's fine.
We'll see.
I love that. Big up to you, Morton. Thank you so much for the super chat. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button, subscribing. There's still 660 people in here. And of course, we have to talk about the people. We made sure we invited 2 of them, just as many Brentford goals today. So we start with Ahmed, since he's making his debut. Explain to me, without mentioning Poch out for the first 30 seconds, why Brentford drew against Chelsea.
Why would you think I would say that in the first 30 seconds? I actually don't want to. Okay, so to start, obviously, we started with a back 3 today, which is a total new formation. So it was by Poch, obviously. I was a bit confused though about why we had Chalobah starting in the middle when under Tuchel, majority of the time was playing as the right-sided version of that. Could have played Disasi in the centre. In general, though, as a starter play, I feel like we were a bit competitive in the first half. Although, I'll be honest, Chilwell didn't overlap at all. Like Gusto was the only one that was doing that. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna. No, it's fine. I'm gonna wait. Obviously, yes, I know that. My guy Jackson, he missed the open goal. Like we got to address that elephant in the room firstly. But then he did score the goal. Crazily with his head. I think that's his first headed goal actually for us. So it's quite surprising to see him score a headed goal in general. I'm sorry, that's his second actually. Aston Villa he scored actually, but that was in the FA Cup, so I didn't include that. But at the end of the day, that was a very good goal from him. Obviously, they then started to put up the pressure. They scored, and partly the reason why they scored was because Disasi was looking at the ball, not looking at his man, and Caicedo almost committed a penalty, literally, with that tackle before obviously the fullback came in and scored that goal. You then had the second goal, which was, You know what I mean? You got to put your hands up. Big up Wissa, man. That was a good goal by him, of course. You know what I mean? I can't even hate on that goal. Beautiful bicycle kick, man, from him. We were able to come back, obviously, via Disasi using the sunlight. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. You know, he fixed one problem from what he's created by himself. So, you know, he can. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, man, I'll be honest, yeah. Chilwell didn't overlap at all. I don't know if that was like a message from the manager, because if you look at what our players were in for a majority of the time, he was in the midfield. It was like playing left mid, and then Caicedo as usual by himself in the midfield. Like, you know, no surprises there. It doesn't matter if you're playing 4 at the back, 3 at the back. Caicedo is just there dying, you know what I mean, in the midfield by himself. You know, we're getting post-match comments, you know, from Pochettino saying our midfielders are tired, but yet he's the one that said, let's bring Caicedo back. You know, he's the one he's the one that's made sure to get Santos sent to Strasbourg. He put on Ugochukwu against Wolves.
Can I ask you a genuine question?
Genuine question. Go ahead.
Why are you the one fan base that deadass takes like everything the manager says in the press conferences seriously?
No, because he's actually said that 3 times in a row. This is usually I don't like to listen. I personally don't take whatever he says.
You know, they waffle half the time in press conferences anyway.
But the problem is he's mentioned multiple times, and this has been mentioned even to even the guys behind the scenes, that our midfield is tired continuously.
It's unnecessary, Alan. We didn't do any strays to you. It's unnecessary, mate.
Literally non-stop first time. Otherwise, I wouldn't be mentioning
Alan.
that.
Too.
But even that tiredness issue, yeah, in general, is something that I go back to even in the FA Cup final. We shouldn't be tired, in my opinion. The majority of our players shouldn't have been as tired as they were, because we only play 1 game a week.
Can you talk about number 20, please?
Listen, I've been Cole Palmer. I think the thing with me. Okay, listen. Tranquilo, my friend.
Cold. 3 big chances in 9 minutes.
But so like, no. But at the end of the day, I understand that he's gonna miss chances. I think for me, I'm a bit more easy on him because he has been scoring the chances whenever he's got them. Yes, he misses chances, but that's again the fact of having young players in the squad. You know, I'm not going to be one of those guys that say everyone has to score goals. You know, one of the reasons why maybe I'm not as harsh as others on Jackson, for example. I know Jackson, first season in the league, 20-something years old, £30 million. I'm not expecting this guy to be scoring every single goal. Yeah. He had 3 chances today, scored 1 goal. You know, I will give levity to Poch.
The 1-on-1 is the worst one. The 1-1 he should have scored.
But the thing is, the 1-on-1 he should have scored, but the header, the one that was the hardest one of all of them, he scores. So that's you know what I mean. That's the same for you in a nutshell. But listen, the problem again, I always come back to, and I said this to you, Sam, remember when he did the Liverpool preview. We can criticize the players and their performances, certain players, of course. But if you are being set up to fail, how much of that can we then? We can't just blame the players, but the man just setting you up to fail, and then we can't just say this all on the players. Do you get what I'm saying to you, Sam? That's where for me
Ahmed,
it comes down
to on Liverpool today. I'll give you an example from my own club. Today in my chat, if you just go, the live chat replay is on. Go to the last 10 minutes of my live chat. Just read all the chat. Today is on Klopp. This is all Klopp's fault, blah, 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 blah. Because he didn't bring on Nunez earlier. Gakpo was here. Gakpo was there. He should have taken off Gakpo. Jadon Dan should have come on earlier. Even Vator will tell you this right now. Even Pep doesn't make perfect decisions in every game. Even Klopp doesn't make perfect decisions in every game. The reason why I criticize your individuals is the individuals, in my opinion, are directly responsible for why you don't have the 3 points. Case study today. Jackson clear-cut missed opportunities. What's his name? Palmer clear-cut missed opportunities. And the Disasi mistake, that is like, look, all I'm saying is, you want to criticize Poch in general conversations, I'm with you. I've already told Winter Surfer, I think defensively you can have genuine constructive debates why defensively he needs to coach the team better. I get that. I get that you have to criticize him, 100%. All I'm saying is today's game, you look at it, clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities missed, Disasi individual error leading to a goal.
Of course,
has nothing to do with Poch. Now, the back 3 thing, I'll explain it logically. Against Brentford, that's normal. Because Brentford like to spam that header and onto the next man thing directly. And we even tried defending with a back 3 with Gomez, Konate, and Van Dijk, all 3 together. So it's something even Klopp done. So if Klopp done it against Brentford, because of their forward threat, then there's no reason why Poch shouldn't do it.
But
And
you
he
know
didn't
what?
play anyone in a crazy position, like, you get me? So
Do you know what I will hit you back with yet, though? I will hit you with that, yeah. I understand that. And for me, I didn't even mind the 3 at the back initially. The issue is we're not even getting the original formation correctly, though. Tactically, the original formation is not even working correctly. How can we expect this one to work too? Do you get what I'm saying to you, Sam? That's where, for me, the dissonance lies in there for me, because if he can't, it's not working with the back 4. He's changed it to the back 3. And even then, there's like, it's not the defenders are not working. He's throwing in Chalobah. I know obviously Thiago Silva's injured, and I think Buddy Shaw is also injured. But like, even then, we just throwing players in there and hoping that they're gonna be able to acclimatize. Well, that's not the case either. No, but it's not excuses. It's just the reality. Again, it's not. I don't expect Chalobah. Chalobah was meant to be leaving this club, and now we're throwing him into the team, expecting him to do something.
Are you seriously telling me that a £1 billion squad, with all the talent that you've got, you can call?
No, we should have won the game. We should have won the game.
Sorry, kids, all you like. Are you telling me that them individual players that were on that pitch today haven't got enough quality to beat Brentford, who are languishing down the bottom of the table, flirting with relegation?
No.
At some point, right, it becomes a situation where it's not just the manager. You also have to look at the players. I don't know what the hell's happened to Chelsea. I really don't. And that comes all the way back to your fan base as well, right? And I can sit here and say this because I say this about Arsenal and I say this about other teams, right? But if this was happening under Roman, you lot would be rioting, right? I don't see that right now. What has Poch actually done to improve Chelsea on what happened last season? You're in the same position in the league. You're still dropping stinky performances. Tactically, things still don't look right. Players at times don't look like they know what they're doing. Your defending at times is absolutely appalling. And you have to, for the manager, you have to look at the defending, definitely. But like Hassan was saying, there are players, talented individual players that need to do better in situations that can win you games like this against Brentford, for crying out loud. Like,
I agree.
Do me a favour.
I see. Sam knows this. I don't blame Pochettino for any of the players missing. I don't do that. It's just that's on that. What I would like to, though, think he learned, which he hasn't learned, is he knows this team is not clinical, right? He knows this team is not clinical. We've seen it. So how do you set up so you're not then punished on the other side? Now, the Disasi one you can't blame a coach for. That's an individual mistake, right? So you can't coach him for. But again, I know it's against Leeds, but like, Sam, players' confidence, they play well in one game, but then you bench them the next game. It's like, what is the point? It's like, okay, I don't really rate Mudryk, but I would have started him today because he played well. He played well against Leeds, so give him the start. Even if he doesn't do well, take him off. But my thing is, I'm just repeating myself. My main focus is now on the owners to change. I don't know if they will, but that should be the main focus of every Chelsea fan, because I've made up my mind about parts of the directors and some of these players. So my mind's made up. You can't change it, right? It'd have to be a miracle for you to change it. So where does my focus go? It goes to the owners. And they were there today, or one of them was there today, and they heard the away fans. Now what I need to do... Barley was there. They heard fuck off
the real villain,
Maurizio, and fuck off Bowley, and stuff like that. They heard all of that, right? So now I want you home fans to do, because I don't go just financial reasons. I want you home fans to stop bitching online and stop raising banners for Conor Gallagher and whoever other player you think is good enough, and actually start unfollowing them. And put Poch out, put Winstand director, whoever you want out, and start making your voices heard. Here's an idea: why don't you walk out on one of the minutes and say it's not good enough? But no, because they won't do that. They won't do that, Sam. They talk about it. They're all mouth and no trousers. These Chelsea fans. Brandon, they wouldn't have done it under Abramovich because they're pussies. These Chelsea home fans, they're all talk. They're all pussies, Brandon.
I don't know.
No, Brandon. They're all talk.
Abramovich wouldn't have done this entire thing to begin with.
No,
he wouldn't. But let's say if he did.
Abramovich ain't popping $1 billion on children. I'm sorry, he ain't.
No, I know. I get that. But let's say if Abramovich did, right? Chelsea fans know that all they have to do is kick up a little bit of a fuss, and he's sacking the manager straight away. He's ripping it up. He's starting again.
But the thing with Abramovich had the standard himself, though. bro. But
No. Brandon is right. He used to be more vocal. That's why I say the Chelsea, the away fans, all at every side, the away fans are your most hardcore, passionate, loudest fans. They're always the loudest fans at all most home grounds as well. They just are all away fans. But that doesn't translate to the home games. It just does not translate whatsoever. And I don't why is that? I don't know why it is. People need to start sorting it out. You know,
the biggest worry has to be, what the hell is Pochettino still doing there? Because the one thing I think we can all credit Pochettino with is when he went to Spurs, he built a team with barely any money. He was bringing kids out of the academy and turning them into world beaters, right? He was signing players for little money and getting the best out of them. Dele Alli being prime example, signed from MK Dons, couple of £1 million, and all of a sudden, you know, he's an England international. He's one of the top midfielders, scoring goals, this, that, and the other. I don't look at any of them players that are at Chelsea and think, yeah, Pochettino's improved you. Like Mudryk, for example, right? He's a player that the Shakhtar sporting director come out only the other day and said he's probably one of the most talented players in world football. Just needs to be brought out of him. Pochettino said it in a number of press conferences as well, that he's a talented player and he just needs to read football better. Same with Frank Lampard, right? And I look at Mudryk, he's the same player now as what he was when you signed him. So it's like, what is going on?
Well, that's that. Listen, my made up my mind. To me, Pochettino is the last of the old dinosaur managers. He's just younger in terms of he doesn't adapt, he doesn't change things up. You know, he's also, what I don't like about him, he's also a coward as a football manager, and I can't stand. And Adam knows this. Adam knows it.
He's started ever since losing that Champions League to Liverpool. To be honest with you.
Well, whatever it is, I just think he doesn't have the balls. Do you know what I mean? To actually, he'd rather protect a one.
But again, sorry.
I said you're welcome for that, Brandon. You know, just saying, reminding him.
Thank
me forever.
I just think it's a way. Listen, for me,
why hasn't he been sacked yet? Let's ask the real.
Well, I tell you, I don't.
Can I ask you why? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why he's not been sacked. Yeah, it's because the big man in the room, the guy that owns the majority of the club, Mr. Iqbali, likes him. That's the reason why. From what we, if you read, that's the reason why.
So do you think Iqbali and Bowley are actually looking at Chelsea and thinking that this is ego is just a cop-out? Sorry, Abdi Has. I'm sorry. When you say ego, it's just a cop-out answer. Oh, ego, they want to be right. I don't think they want to run a club into the ground just because of...
Yeah, they bought it for 4.5 billion. Why would they want to run it into the ground?
Yeah, ego is just a cop-out answer. Let's talk about it realistically, really now, objectively. Do you think they're looking at Chelsea in a place where they expected step one of the project to be?
No. Because I tell you why. The whole process has completely changed from summer 22 to January 23. That's when you put the directors in, right? Summer 22, it was mostly experienced players. Whether you thought about them, they were experienced players. From January 23 onwards, it's been under 25s and stuff like that. Completely changed. Now, I've said to you, I don't believe this was their vision overall. I think once they bought in and spoke with the directors, they walked into it like that. They got tagged on and done with it, and they want to be proven right. But listen, I think they were really convinced. I think they're really convinced, like some of us were, that Poch is the man for young players. When you actually think about it, we're talking about a guy doing this like nearly 10 years ago now. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we've seen his effects on young players so far. You know, look at Dele Alli's interview. What he said about what Dele Alli said to him about the end about the training, how abbreviated, how it just wasn't working at the end of his reign. And I just think this guy he's just not evolved to that. Do you know what I mean? He's just not adapted to a modern day. You need man management and coaching at the same time, and I just don't think he has it. And I don't think he's willing to evolve.
Maybe they're waiting for Klopp.
Nah, they're not waiting.
He's never come to Chelsea.
And I'm waiting for Rihanna as well. Since
before I speak on Poch,
hang on, let me just
No, it's a question to you, sir. It's a question for you. You said about the process or the project or whatever it is at Chelsea. what project or process? You haven't got one. You've got a madman in control, throwing money at, making hoping it sticks to the right player who's going to come in and do things. But there's no process, no project.
No, there was
madman that's just.
Alan, you know why I refuse to blame Pochettino?
No,
you know why? You know why I refuse to blame Pochettino? No, Sarfer, you can lean back all you want. You can lean back just like that Fat Joe song from 20 years ago. Lean back even more. Listen, at the end of the day, when Abramovich first came in, he hired the Manchester United director. They went out there and they made the right footballing decisions, and that's why Mourinho was able to be successful. Even in a time when there was no FFP and all that, you spent a shitload of money, but you spent it wisely and rightly. Todd Bowley made himself sporting director.
Okay, that's not
Why
true.
Did he make himself sporting director?
Todd Bowley made himself sporting director.
True.
In a sport
Why
he
did
don't
he
even
make
know.
himself?
Well, hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out. Right now, if I were to distribute blame, I would literally say 85% directors, 10% Poch, 5% players. People think I blame players more than Poch. I don't, because it's not their fault that they're in this position. Now, the directors have absolutely screwed over the culture of Chelsea Football Club.
Yes.
Growing up till now, the culture of Chelsea was we have no affiliation to the manager. Fuck whoever the manager is, we want to win. That's the Chelsea culture. Let's win trophies. Let's be successful. Simple as, period, point blank. They went and they ruined the entire mantra of that by going towards that Chelsea fans absolutely dislike, like process and step by step and all that shit that Chelsea fans used to mock every other rival for saying shit like this. Chelsea fans don't give a fuck about your process. Fuck your process. Let's go get players who can win right here, right now, and we don't care about the process. The people who ruin that is not Poch, it's the directors. Win Stanley and Scott. I'm not blaming players more than Poch. I recognize Poch has made mistakes. I recognize Poch this, Poch that, blah, 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 blah. We get it. But at the end of the day, the fact that you crammed in 25 youngsters and a £1 billion swap. If I right now spend 1 billion, I'll make sure I leave with a clinical striker. I leave with a world-class goalkeeper. I leave with 4 or 5 experienced players that can help these kids through. At the end of the day, when we spoke about the Carabao Cup final, what did Vator say? Despite he's a fraud, he made a valid point. Who got the kids through at the end? Virgil van Dijk. It's the reality. It's the reality. It's not an agenda. Virgil van Dijk got us through that game. Tsimikas got us through that game. The kids performed, but the experienced players came through. Now, your problem is even your experienced players are crap. It's either Thiago Silva who's on a wheelchair or Chilwell who's fucking shit. It's just like, this is the problem. So even your experience,
someone else, okay.
So if you want, in my opinion, of course, I'm not telling you how to think as a Chelsea fan. By my opinion, if you want Chelsea to come back to where they were, the first thing you should want is genuinely all the sporting directors out.
Yes, I do. I want them.
To go. If Poch goes, they need to go with him. They need to go.
No, they all need to go. That's why I said this. That's why for Sam, my focus now. I've made up my mind. My focus now is on the owners. That means they get rid of sporting directors and get rid of the thing. And if they come out and say, do you know what? We tried to do something for 2 years and we got it wrong. I won't accept your apology. I'll go, okay, at least you're admitting it. Now what are you going to do? Okay, you know what? Michael Edwards wants full control of Liverpool. Well, if he doesn't get that, offer him that at Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? Then he picks the manager. It's the sporting director's job to pick the manager. They pick Poch. I don't want Poch because he's a fraud and he's a coward. Okay, and he's not evolved. And all this now, but who do you want to De Zerbi and Amaram? Those are the only managers out there. Now, do you know what I mean? All the Klopp's gone for a year. Pep, you're not going to get. Ancelotti, you're not going to get. Okay, you're just not going to get them. Okay, so you're going to have to make up your mind about which one of these type managers, because they're nearly all the same. Because they're nouveau, they're new, right? They're nearly all the same. They're youngish. Which one of those do you think has the highest ceiling? And go for it like that. And you're right, Sam. I wouldn't care if the players we bought, if we'd actually bought a top striker and a top goalkeeper, because I think those are the two most important positions on the pitch.
Yes.
Okay. They're the points of your spine. Okay. And I would have done that. That's what they need to do. So if you come out and change everything and actually go, write one of those drippy letters they usually do when someone gets something wrong, one of those apologetic letters, fine. We won't probably accept it all, but at least we'll understand and go, okay, now my next bit for them be, show me what you're going to do. What are you going to do now? Because words are cheap. Show me what you're going to do right now.
So fundamentally, Fundamentally, there just needs to be a change. There
Ahmed,
needs to
sorry,
be a
just
change of
before you go,
direction.
because Vator has to drop out. I was
go
just going to segue him out. Vator, can you just give us a 1 minute thoughts on Chelsea before we let you go? He lagged out and we can't hear him as soon as we said Chelsea. That's mad. That's mad.
Don't tell him.
Vator? Your mic's
Oh,
off.
brilliant. Yes. Time's up, Vator. Sorry. Move on. Time's up, Vator. Move
I
on.
swear
Sorry,
to God, I'm not even trolling. Wallahi, we can't.
Yeah, we got you, big man. Maybe the computer's saying no Chelsea, man. You know what I'm saying? The mic saying we don't need to.
Now you're muted. Unmute. Try speak. Okay. Listen, thanks so much for joining us, Vator. We did that. I'm not even trolling you. Wallahi, go back to the replay. We did that here. Not even trolling. And I respect the fact that you have to go, so I don't want to keep you. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Vator. Vator Games is in the description. All these guys' great channels in the description. Got The Bridge, you got Casual FC, Time Added On, Brandon. Make sure you guys go subscribe to their channels. I appreciate you, Vator. Thanks so much.
I know what's going on. I know what
Sam, can I tell you something? What?
He's going.
Oh my God.
Just try to get off.
Pretending.
Sam, this will be Sam. Shall I tell you now how this goes now in the Chelsea online community? Because this is it now. It's the same thing. After a bad result, 1 or 2 days complain. Why hasn't he been sacked yet? We want him out. Let's preview the next game. We're not going to do anything, and then rinse and repeat. That's all it is until he's gone. That's really all it is. You're going to get the same stuff.
Well, the Chelsea fans online now only have one title. Poch up.
Yeah,
that's it.
And it shouldn't be. What it should be is something to do with the owners. It should not like owners out or stuff. If you want to do that, that's fine. But it should be focused now on the owners. That should be. It should be focused.
When
on
Stanley Stewart.
One thing.
Yes,
one thing that does.
Well, yeah.
One thing that has to.
Sorry, I think Chelsea need 3 or 4 experienced players and a new manager. But who do you bring in?
Well, but the thing is,
everyone that are good. Make sure you add that caveat. Good experienced players. Don't go buy no washed up 35-year-old centre back from a French.
Yeah, don't give me Adam Lallana, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? Or something like that.
Danny Welbeck is experienced. He ain't.
You can have El Neni. El Neni's experience.
Yeah, see now he's taking
chill out, man. All
No,
right,
he's
okay, come on. Let's go.
By the way, I agree with you.
If Bayern Munich don't take Eric Dyer, he's available in the summer. If Bayern Munich don't take Eric Dyer,
he's extending the contract.
He's extending
England international for you there.
No, sorry, Alan. He's extending the contract. I read he's
extending. Statue Silver at the back. Statue Silver, no?
Yeah, take El Neni as well. He's the real Egyptian king.
So, look, I said about the owners, and I'll be honest, the owners are a massive problem at Chelsea. But let me speak about Poch for a moment. Look, when Poch was in the position at Spurs where he got us close to finals and that, in every final we were up against a team, we were not favourites. So he made mistakes as well. Like Harry Kane in the Champions League final shouldn't have happened. He should have come off the bench because he wasn't ready. He should have stuck with Mora and go from there. So he's made mistakes, but there's always been an out for him in regards to, it's Spurs, they're not expected to do it and all that. But here's me being absolutely honest. When I was watching that final against Liverpool, it got to a point where Liverpool made the changes, and in that last 10 or 15 minutes, Chelsea were all over Liverpool. Literally, you should have, when the full-time whistle happened, although the Klopp was going to speak to the youngsters and go get in your positions, because you see they was a bit out of position, he was going to speak. You still expected Chelsea, with the players they've got, to go on and win, and I thought they were going to win 1 or 2-0. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, of course, he gets to manage Chelsea and he gets into a prime position where in extra time he's going up against kids and they're going to win. I was like, of course. With Spurs, it was all against Liverpool in the Champions League final. It was against Man City in this final and all that. Teams we shouldn't have beat, and we were always like. Then we get into the extra time, and he decides to play for penalties against Liverpool's kids. That is the biggest bottle job coward I've ever seen in my life. There is no excuse for that. I appreciate what Poch did in transforming Spurs from where we were all the way through to challenging where we were. But for what he did we're not winning the trophy with us. What he also did at PSG, struggling there when he pretty much, like anyone as a PSG manager, walked to the title, and what he's doing at Chelsea when he's got into prime position and that. It's not just that. Same things that I saw early on at Spurs is happening at Chelsea too. But the worst part about it is that I think what Poch can't do is manage egos and manage not. And to be fair, there are big names at Chelsea. They're just not performing. I said he could win, or he could be successful at Chelsea. I was completely wrong. He ain't going to win shit at Chelsea, and he's going to be out at the end of the season. Done and dusted.
What I'm worried about on a side note is
he's got the Spurs lurgy. That's what it is. He's got the Spurs.
I'm worried about.
He's got the Poch lurgy.
The Spurs.
What I'm more worried about is the
Poch
injuries
lurgy.
we're picking. What I'm more worried about is the injuries we're picking up in training. We're not even picking them up on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? And there was a report about a month ago. There was a report about a month ago where he's when he was at Spurs, they used to do a full training session before before each game, like that. And I'm thinking this guy still has those practices because there's no way we should be picking up all these injuries in training like this. On the pitch, I'd have no problem. But I don't put the Reece James one down to him because he's just injury prone. And I don't really put the Nkunku one down to him because he got injured on the pitch. But the rest are just, I feel his legacy will be damaging these players physically as well because he just rushes them back, or he just doesn't know how to. He just doesn't know. He's like we've taken him from 2016 and we've dropped him into 2024. Do you know what I mean? It's like we've done that. We've shown fire to a caveman, tactically wise. That's what we've done. And he's just not it. He's just not it now.
I was at the game against Leeds, and these players after the game, bro,
let's go.
Chill out, man. Listen, they were literally on their knees, falls. Literally, they were out. They were panting everything. Like, so, I've seen it in my own eyes. Let alone just watching the game. And I think for me, the worry for me is the longer we have him now, the more these guys keep on getting run into the ground, and all it takes is one of these main players that you brought for like a certain amount of money to get a big injury, and they might be out for a year. You know what I'm saying? And that could genuinely happen with him. So that is the big worry. But I think fundamentally with Chelsea needs to be a change of direction. We need to bring in that experience. Obviously the guys with Stanley Stewart need to go. I think the ownership themselves have to realize on a similar level that you're not. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I think yes, exactly. They need to step out. Igbali in particular, because he's the real one. Because Bowley apparently has not been involved in football operations. He's been in America doing his thing. Igbali, big man, time to step out, bro. If you want to do the deals for the shirts, the stadium, I don't care.
Caldoun doesn't run City. Caldoun doesn't run City.
Yes.
It's the Barcelona
bro.
that run City. Same with Liverpool. You know what I mean? Whoever's running your lot.
I actually got told by someone who's close. They say John W. Henry's wife knows more about football than John Henry.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He doesn't know shit about football. That's one thing. I'm FSG out, but there's one thing I've always given them credit for is they let football people do their thing.
Yes.
Like just they don't get involved. They don't get involved in this thing.
Sam, do I know facts, by the way?
The thing is, here's the basis problem right now at Chelsea. And I don't want to keep you guys for too long. I appreciate you guys staying for so long as well. Bro, the problem is for me, if you, as currently constructed, if you sack Poch and get in a new manager, things will not get better. This is the thing.
I don't want these directors looking for a new manager. They shouldn't be allowed to look for a new manager.
You might get Amarim in. Let's say Amarim. He's the next hipster choice of manager. Him and De Zerbi and shit like that. You get one of those two. He comes in. You have a new manager bounce, and it's like you win like 2 out of 4 and all that shit. And it's just you get to a position where now, as currently constructed, Chelsea must change their entire mindset. Even if they do get in a new manager from now to the end of the season, they still need to, this summer, they need to have a policy. You remember how last summer their policy was under 24? Their policy now needs to be over 25. Now,
because they've got all the under 24s they need. They don't need any more.
All the youngsters you need for the next 10 years. Pissed off now. Just sign 25, 26, 27 year olds. And by the way, there's one thing that Edwards was good at. You mentioned Edwards. What Edwards would do is he wouldn't sign children and youngsters full stop. He'd sign people on the brink. Like Salah on the brink of becoming something, Mane on the brink of becoming something, Van Dijk on the brink of becoming something, Alisson on the brink of becoming something. Players who are just ready to make that push onto the next level. And that's what Chelsea need to do more of. Like a player who, you know, like there is no example that I can just think of straight away right now, but a player who's just like ready to make a step up to the next level, you know, like
Xavi Simmons or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like RB Leipzig or something like that. Maybe.
Yeah,
you know
someone who has like a bit more experience under his belt, you know.
Pedro Neto.
Pedro Neto.
Well, but you're right, Sam. Because the urban legend
also another disadvantage.
Sam, the urban legend goes, doesn't it? That at Liverpool, the urban legend is that Klopp wanted Brandt instead of Salah or something like that, right? He wanted, and that's what a sporting director is supposed to do. Stop managers making mistakes. Do you know what I mean? You're there. That's what happens every other European club. It's only England where we have this. Oh, the manager's got to be in charge of everything and got to get everything he wants or something like that. In Europe, they're just given. The sporting director buys the players for the club because they have a way of playing. This is the style we're going to do, and that's what that. You know, okay, the manager gets an input here and there, but that's what they should do. So the first signing should be this summer, even if you keep the directors, but you have like an Uber director who they answer to, right? He's the main guy who says yes and no to these guys. We got this player. Well, actually, we don't need him right now. We need this player. Get that person in first. He selects the manager. He runs your club. Because then you know what? Then the owners, it's not on them. It's on the guy they've hired to run the club.
100%. That's what you need, man.
Let's start doing super chats now. This could be the same for us for 2 months. So let's do super chats.
You know what it says? I said this to Lewis last week. Come back again. I just don't think they're going to sack him. It's just they're not. They're not going to sack him. I think he's going to survive at least till the summer minimum. I'll be with you.
Well, we're still in the FA Cup, Sam. So we're probably going to go to Wembley again, semis at least.
See you at Wembley.
No. You can go fuck yourself. I want City in the semi-final.
It's going to happen. So you know.
I don't want you anywhere near. I want City in the final. I don't want you at all. Okay.
If you lose to Liverpool at Wembley 4 finals in a row, that will be something I don't even know what to say, to be honest. If that happens at this point, like it's just because you've already lost 6 in a row. Big up for breaking the record. You got me 6 right there. 6 in a row. 6 L's. So if you make it 7 L's in a row with 4 of them straight from Liverpool.
That's like a 10.
Who were the other 3 from? No banter. Who were the other 3 from?
Arsenal were twice, I think.
Man City as well. Man City as well in the Carabao Cup.
Ooh, okay, fair.
That was the one, the Kepa game. Only a few came off. The Kepa game.
I remember that. I wanted Chelsea to win that game as well. Fucking.
Oh, we should have. We were better than them, but who cares, right? Who cares?
Yeah. Listen, 570 people are in here. Make sure you guys are liking the video right now. We're gonna do super chats before we go. Raid Ziad's channel. Big up to AMD who says Liverpool should have never received the drop ball. Yes, AMD and Liverpool got the most PGMOL apology out of any of the 3 that currently fighting for the title. We have 4 points dropped due to VAR decisions. Luis Diaz's goal was given as a well done, lads, good process away at Spurs when it was actually onside. You know, Brighton. I can name you so many. You know,
Forest. 2 yellow cards wasting time.
Apology. You know, by the way, against Arsenal, your club, your crest, should have had a penalty for Odegaard. You know, dribbling it like Kyrie Irving in the penalty box. You know, different sport, unfortunately, where a handball is not allowed in that.
Sam, Forest, 2 yellow cards in injury time for wasting time. 2 yellow cards in injury time for wasting time.
It tells you all you need to know. Big up to Randy, says, big up to my best Liverpool man, Hussam Habibi. Big up to you, Randy, all the way from New Zealand. Big up to you, my guy. Appreciate you. Big up to my guy, Daniel, proper chat.
Yeah, definitely proper Chelsea. He's definitely proper Chelsea, man, for sure.
You know, today I was so nervous, and Daniel dropped one of these guys, and I just laughed my ass off, bro. I can't. He actually he's fully been like on a proper blue arc. It's fucking hilarious.
Heel turn. It's the heel turn. That's what it is. It's the heel turn.
Performance versus Brentford. He gets the. Guys, can you tell us your thoughts on the Gallagher performance?
He's getting bullied now. You know, he's actually getting bullied. He's another one that's his engine's cooked now. So you know, I mean, the amount of things about to happen to him next season. Honestly, oh, it's crazy, man.
Oh my lord, bro. Wallahi, I don't even know what to say. Wallahi, I don't even know what to say, man. It's just fucking hilarious.
And Dan,
It's
by the
so
way,
funny.
Daniel's one of the most calmest, mildest Chelsea fans out there, right? He doesn't easily get pissed off, but you know he's done now. He's done a heel turn. He's gone proper Chelsea. He's proper
Daniel
Chelsea.
is proper jealous now. Let's have it right. Big up to you, Daniel. Big up to Mavic Quarter. Says the fact is no organization in the world can function on a 25-employee graduate scheme. Chelsea need 3 experienced proven winners plus a clinical striker. I agree with you. You know, I used to work in one of the like a detergents factory back when I was doing my work as a chemical engineer, and you just cannot just go get people straight out of uni and expect to run an organization. You just can't. You need people who have been there, like people who helped me when I first went into the factory, people who helped me, people with experience. You need that shit, bro, in every aspect in life. If a detergents factory in Jordan needs experienced players, then a football club who's one of the biggest in England definitely needs experienced players and experienced people and people who can make right decisions, you know, to show you and to pave the way. If Szoboszlai, Nunez, you know, all the kids that we walked in and there is no Virgil, there is no Alisson, there's no Trent, there's no Salah to show them the way, they will struggle just as much as Chelsea.
Doesn't the recruitment, the experienced recruitment reflect the inexperienced directors?
That is true. That is true.
What are they used to? You know what I mean?
I think even like you wouldn't do this even on career mode. Like even on career mode,
Oh
you'd have some shape
no.
and sign like 3 26-year-olds. Even on career mode, like it's just it is what it is, man.
It's not like basketball. We can flip a whole roster in like one summer. Do you know what I mean? That is totally different. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't work in football.
Maybe someone should have told Todd Bowley there's no trades in football. Big up to Luke. Big up to BIG. Big up to Sunshine. Big up to Morton, Felipe, Neil, Eric, AMD, Daniel, and Mavic Warrior for the super chats. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you have shown us. Make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Our initial target of 400 likes. We're only 30 likes away from 400 likes. Get us to 400 likes ASAP before you hop off this video. Inshallah, tomorrow we'll be back on This Is Football for a Manchester City, Manchester United watch along. And then we have El Ahwa, of course, at 9. As you guys know, your favorite show of the week, El Ahwa, is back up and running. We're going to get the party started, hopefully after Man United slap Manchester City. Hamza's head is going to be on a stick for an hour and a half, so it's going to be absolutely brilliant.
They score an injury time. I cannot wait to hear his excuse. I cannot wait
to dunk on his fraudulent bald head. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to This Is Football if you are yet to do so. All these great guys' channels are in the description. Every single one of them. Make sure you guys go subscribe to True Gunners TV. Big up to Brandon. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Time Added On. Big up to Alan. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Big up to Andrew, Winter Surfer, ever available, just like Bruno Fernandes. Make sure you guys go find him at Casual.
Oh, no, that's outrageous. That's outrageous.
Big up to you, Ahmed, as well on your debut on This Is Football. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much for joining us, even on late notice. You get me. He's 100% a liar, though. He did not deadlift 200 kilograms. But
listen, I'll do a picture this week. Yeah, this week I've got your number now. This week, when I go to gym,
send me a video and I'll apologize publicly. Wallahi, no problem. I'll apologize publicly. Happy now?
We'll see.
You have my word here. I'll hold my mustache. I'll apologize publicly. Big up to all 4 guys. We are gonna go and raid Ziad's zone right now, people. So this is what I want from you. How can we rattle the Chelsea fan base? Every single one of us.
No, you want to rattle Ziad? You want to rattle Ziad? No. Put Tuchel stinks. Put Tuchel stinks or something against Tuchel negative. Put that because he loves Tuchel. He loves Tuchel.
Like, you might just go off and be like Tuchel shit because he is. Let's be honest.
Tuchel stinks. Yeah. Okay.
No,
everyone in the chat right now, all 500 of you, I want to see every single one of you guys copy paste this message. I'll be in that chat right now as well. Spam Tuchel stinks in Ziad's chat. Like the video and subscribe on your way out, and go and like the video on Ziad's channel as well and subscribe to his channel. Everyone spam Tuchel stinks. Copy paste it. I'll be in the chat spamming it as well. Big up Ahmed, Surfer, Alan, and Brandon once again. And we're going to see you guys tomorrow, inshallah, on the Manchester derby. Watch along and then lahwa, inshallah. Peace out.